We here. Greetings to the family. Greetings to the family. It's Brother Polight. We live, baby. We live. I'm out here in Miami. Wanted to talk to y'all. I know it's been a while, especially on YouTube. It's been a while on Facebook. You know we normally have the economic classes on Facebook. It's been a while, so I'm just here to build with you. I'm on the balcony. Yeah. The balcony starts from here all the way down there. Yeah, you know when we do it big. Lock the whole damn thing down. Take the whole floor almost. You know how we do it. This is how we get it done. This is how we get it done. Let's take you through a little walk. That's how we looking. Yeah. This is how we get it in. Miami. Come on, Miami. This is what we do, Miami. This is how we do it, Miami. Look at that. You got the tub. The tub in the bathroom. How is that? Tub in the bathroom. We just getting it in. Of course, we over here. Yeah, we on the other side now. Other side, making it happen. Shit dope. There we go. Just had to text somebody. Yeah. So welcome all. Welcome y'all. Live in Miami. About to make it happen. We in Miami. We about to make it happen. I told you. We all the way over here to all the way over there. Try to take the whole floor. They wouldn't let me. They let me take most of the floor. Yeah, let's get it. Peace of the family. Peace of the family. I'm glad to see y'all here. I'm enjoying myself out here. And I wanted to talk to you all about our people being so scared of success. Our people are afraid. That's true. Our people are actually afraid of success. So I wanted to talk to you kind of early today. We on the East Coast. I got to adjust. You know, I've been on the West for some time. I took a little flight out the country and came to LA for like 24, 48 hours. Less than 48 hours. And then I had to fly out here to Miami on some music business and TV show business. But I got to find the time so I can connect and build with you all. And I want to talk to you all about people being afraid of success. And we say it all the time. Oh, you might have heard of people being afraid of success. And you might say to yourself, how the heck can people be afraid of success? How can people be afraid of success? Let me just text this one person. Peace. How can people be afraid of success? But I'm gonna tell you how. Thank you, Eric Henderson. He said, you're the beginning of your new generation. Like they say, that's right, brother. Dave and scared money don't make money. But people, let's talk about scared money. What's scared money? I'm gonna tell you what scared money is about. Scared money is about people saying they want to bring about change in their life, but they're making excuses as to why they won't invest the money because they're afraid they may lose it. So instead what they do, they keep the money and they do nothing with it and spend it. Wind up in the same situation that they've been in prior when they was afraid. Sometimes you just got to jump out the damn window and see what happens. You know, you got to do your research. You got to make your assessments about what it is you're about to put work in on. But ultimately, you staying still and doing nothing isn't exactly going to help save the day. I'm going to tell you that now. I'm going to tell you why they're scared. It's because people come complacent with what they know. That's what ignorance is all about. Ignorance is about being in a ignored trance. I like to call it ignorant trance. Ignorance is all about what you don't know in retrospect to the opportunities you passed up on to learn. And therefore, one thing you do know how to do is be poor. Let's just be for real. One thing we know how to do is find out how to cheat the cable system. We know how to get our cable for free. You feel what I'm saying? We know how to get the little hookup on the movies. Probably catch the movies before they come out. We get so accustomed and acclimated to cutting corners that when it comes time to really build or grow wealth, we get thrown off. We're fish out of water. And so we get scared, not because of what we know, but because of the element that we don't know. And our ego won't allow us to just say, hey, I'm entitled to make mistakes. There's no one that ever came up that didn't make an error when it comes to growing their wealth or amassing wealth. You know, we could try to avoid it. So we got all sorts of campaigns right now for people to avoid the elephant in the room, which is to make money. That's the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is to make this money. I don't even know if y'all can see me. There's so much sunlight out here. But the elephant in the room is to make this money. That's the elephant in the room. I don't know if I'm coming off as a shadowy figure or what. But it doesn't matter. Just listen to the broadcast. So, you know, other people, they got friends that say, hey, I'm going to watch you do it. And if it works with you, then I'm going to do it. Then after you do it and you come up, they expect you to hold their hand and walk them through the process. After you done spent the money on the books, you spent the money on the classes, you put the time into study. Now, oh, it worked for you? Yo, put me on. That's not how real life works. Stop being lazy and stop letting other people be lazy. You go to school, you study for the test, you take the test, someone asks you, can I cheat off of you? You shouldn't feel uncomfortable to tell a man, fuck off. Pardon my language. You worked hard to do what you had to do. And someone could just make a come up off of your hard work, your study, your commitment, your dedication. That's not fair. But this is what our people do. They want to watch you slave. They want to watch you invest your money, your time, and your energy into what you do. And they call it, hey, I'm just being safe. I want to make sure if the shit don't work, at least I ain't get got. But you get to be the lucky guinea pig, right? You get to be the one that got to go out there and put the work in. Lucky you. Lucky you. You get to put all the work in. And they get to watch you. And they get to call you and ask you, is it still working? Is it working out? So how's it looking in that process? And they get to be all pessimistic. They get to be as cynical as can be about whatever it is that you're doing. They get to make you doubt yourself. And what is doubt? Doubt is a very important thing, especially for those that are into metaphysics or those that consider themselves very spiritual. Doubt is disrespect to your God. Doubt is disrespectful to your ancestors. That's what doubt is. Doubt is disrespectful to your God. Doubt is disrespectful to your ancestors. I'm telling you this live in Miami. That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay, that's what it is. Why is doubt disrespect to your God? Why is doubt disrespect to your ancestors? Why is doubt a contradiction to the universe? Because even if it's chaos, it's a part of order. You have in comedic science that which we call ma'at, and then we have ifset. Ifset is chaos. Ma'at is law and order and balance. But even ifset is a part of law, order, and balance. Even Isfet is part of law and order. So you can't get mad, or those of us that's in conformity with the laws and the principles, we don't get mad at things that appear to be bad, because we know that that bad is part of the workings of order. So we accept the good with the bad because we understand the bad is also part of the good. Now that may be over people's head, but Dr. Sabi used to say, man, I love the devil. And people got mad at him because he said that in a church. But I'm going to tell you, truth be told, I love the devil too. It is when you see something that is unbecoming, that you bear witness to what is the right thing to do. And if we didn't have people that were hating, like we say, we wouldn't be driven to do the things we do. I can't tell you how much times haters have made me work harder than supporters. I can tell you that. I can't tell you the amount of times that haters, people that are hell-bent on making my life hell, have encouraged me to work harder to get to a certain point. Because I'm going to tell you this. I come from a long way of stress that has made me determined. I had to stay in people's homes. I ain't have the money for rent. I'm trying to stay out their way. I'm taking shorter showers. I'm taking less food out the fridge. And they still treated me like a prisoner in their own home because they was doing me a favor, calling themselves doing me a favor, but it came with a string attached. They made me feel so uncomfortable. I had to sneak into my friend's house to shower when I was homeless. I used to actually use the bathroom, and then I would shower in the bathroom, and my man's mom used to be like, yo, what kind of person acts to use the bathroom and actually takes a shower? She's over there, she's looking at the condensation on the mirror, wiping her fingers there on the glass and saying, man, this dude is showering in my bath. She treated me like I was a criminal because I had to shower because I ain't had no home. I had no home. And because I had no home, the presumption was I must be a criminal because I don't got a home. No, I didn't have a home because my father left us at age 8. We was in my grandmother's house, his mother's house. But she wound up having to go into the nursing home when she wound up losing her home due to foreclosure. And I met my mother when I turned 17, and she died the week that I met her. So guess what? She died the week that I met her. So guess what? When that happened, what did I have? I had nothing. I had nowhere to go. I wasn't homeless because I did something wrong. I was homeless because my family structure was horrible. I was homeless because my family structure was horrible. But guess what? I learned how to take that discomfort to the next level. And that's what you got to do. You got to learn how to make discomfort your comfortability. I would ask y'all to do me a favor. If you're on your phone, put your phone down, but continue to look at me. If you're on your computer, then we good money. If you're on your iPad, put your iPad down and take a look at me. And this is what I want you to do. This is what I want you to do. Hold on. I want you to take your arms and cross them and see which arm is more comfortable to you when you cross it. You'll find that you like one over the other more than the other one. Do the one that makes you uncomfortable. What side of the bed you like to sleep on? The one that you're the most uncomfortable on? Sleep on that side of the bed every day until it becomes your comfort zone. Cross your arms and get used to crossing it on the side where you're not comfortable. Learn how to make discomfort your comfort zone. Because that's the way you're going to survive on planet Earth. This is what we do in the mentorship program. It's more than just the financial advice. It's more than setting up your trust and showing you how to flip money. It's more than the 12 days out the month, 3 days out the week, 30 minutes at a time with the financial coaching. With my partners who have their Series 6. It's more than that. With the credit repair and the wealth building. I'm also sharing this type of information because this is going to get you over the hump. Because at the end of the day, I can teach you all the other information that you need to succeed. But if you don't know how to make discomfort your comfort zone, you're going to fail when you're confronted with some level of adversity. You're going to fail. I show people several different incomes. Yes, it's Brother Polight, brother POLIGHT 45 at gmail.com if you're interested in the mentorship program. For those of you that I didn't reach out to yet, it's because I was going to wrap up the program. I'm still going to wrap up the mentorship program. However, we got some people that graduated out of the scholarship program, so I have a little space to do some more work for people. I got a little space to do some more work for people, so we just rearranging things before I talk to people and make more commitments to do financial coaching. In addition to the fact, I have my brother that has a Series 6, a couple of them actually. I have my life insurance man on deck for those who may need to use that as a stream of income. I have my fund manager on deck for the trust. I have my credit repair sister on deck. Okay, so I have a team of people that is working along with me, coaching people into the process. It's an amazing situation. It's amazing. It is an amazing situation that you all need to be part of. That's brother POLIGHT 45 at gmail.com. Reporting to you live in Miami. Live in Miami, Florida. You know I stay traveling, you know I stay somewhere. Live in Miami, Florida. Word. But back to discomfort. Put your arms one way, put your arms the other way. See how you feel. Whichever one feels like it's the most intolerable, I want you to turn around and get used to that one. I want you to get used. I want you to get used to that which makes you uncomfortable. And so people say, man, I don't know how you do it. So much people coming at your head, Polight. Polight, why you don't respond to people that say crazy shit about you? And I say, I do every day that I'm successful. Show me one person doing better than me talking bad about me. I dare you. Show me one person that you heard say something negative about me that's living better than me. I'll take it into consideration when I find someone doing like me or better. That's all. And you want me to change my disposition. Show me someone driving a Rolls Royce that they own, like me. Show me someone driving an I-8, like me. Just between those two cars alone, you're looking at $500,000. Straight out and own. And there ain't enough hustling in the world to get that without having the knowledge and still be walking around here free man. So let's be for real. And that don't even count the slingshot on the side. But that's just a toy. That's a little toy. That's only like 25K. That's a toy. You add my other 2 V's and that's $500,000. Show me somebody that you see as a leader who you see for years stay with the same women and children. Show me one. So I got a lot to be proud of. I'm supposed to be a statistic right now. I'm supposed to be in prison right now with several baby mamas. That's what's supposed to happen. I'm supposed to be in prison with like 4 or 5 baby mamas. No shit. That's a fact. I'm 30. You already know. I'm 33 years old. I should be either incarcerated or up to my neck in child support, damn near trying to sneak out the country before they revoke my passport. You know what it is. So y'all gotta really wake up and realize this shit real. So we supposed to celebrate black greatness. See, when I see people doing great, I celebrate it. I don't get mad at them. When I see people doing great, I celebrate. I be like, man, I'm proud of you, salute. But we got this thing in our mind where the first thing we do when we see someone doing great, we want to question, how did they do that? How did they do that? But before you say are you the one that says, how's he doing it? Before you say, man, congratulations. I ain't never seen someone do great and think first, how they doing it. The first thing I think is, man, congratulations. You know why? Because after all the years of fucking oppression that we had to endure, if I see anybody black coming up, the first thing in my mind is not how they did it. The first thing in my mind is salute. Then I'm going to ask, how you did that? Hopefully you share the information. But how many people come up and actually make themselves accessible to you to share with you? They come up. You tell me. With all the black people that we can look on TV, driving those nice cars, living in those nice homes, traveling all over the world, tell me how much of them is taking the time out to do free streams, to share information, to take the time out to motivate you, to take the time out to take you to the next level. How many people doing that? How many people? You feel me? Yeah, it's Brother Polight 45. Brother POLIGHT 45 at gmail.com. That's what it is, yo. So I'm here, man. I'm just loving it. You feel me? I'm here. I'm just showing the support. But you feel me? You just got to tell me. This is why I don't let stuff bother me. Because anyone talking funny about me, I would like to see them stay in a relationship with a woman for at least 2 years straight. Talk to me. You can't talk to me if I can't even see that you can stay in a consistent relationship. Why should I let someone who can't even stay in a consistent relationship talk to me about them being a leader? You can't be a leader unless you can lead in your household. If you can't manage to keep a household, how you gonna manage to keep a community? Yeah, so look at this idiot talking about I sold out, named Lester Pierce. The job of every businessman is to sell out because I produce products. Of course I sold out, you stupid ass. See, you coming on my platform telling me I sold out. But let's go to Lester's. Let's go to Lester's page and let's see what he offers to the black community. And I guarantee there's nothing. And this is what I'm saying. Show me a person who got something negative to say right now. If you got something negative to say it right now. And let us go to your page and let's see how you contribute to your people. Let's see how much people have you captivated. You know you on a page right now where I got over 150,000 people following me. Over 150,000 people follow me on this page. And it's a guaranteed fact I'm going to have over 100,000 people inside of the first hour when this thing is done. It's a fact. That's power. And instead of you saying, let me see if I can incorporate myself into that power, become a power myself, and then let's get together so we can be powerful as a unit, so we can get this information to massively be propagated and promulgated into our consciousness. No, you know what you do? You want to take the time out of your day, instead of building or minding your business, you want to mind mine and try to shut me down. You want to mind my business and shut me down, but you don't want to mind your own business. After you destroy me, what do you have to offer to the black community? Nothing. You just go back and you find another black person to terrorize. Y'all people say y'all hate the white man, but you hate black people more. All these cats that say they hate the white man got way more videos disrespecting their own people, disrespecting black families, disrespecting black children, disrespecting black women. You got more videos disrespecting your own people and trying to shut them down in the name of you hate the white man. Do me a favor, y'all. Anybody that contends that the white man is the devil, go on their channel and watch how many times they tear down their own people, but they will not tear down the same cracker that they say they against. They tell you all the time, kill the cracker, hate the cracker. They tell you this all the time. But when you go on their channel, all they do is blaspheme, disrespect, undermine, circumvent, and usurp the work and productivity of other black nationalists. Absolute fact. Look at the brother Sinetta. He been doing what he do for years. You ain't gotta like him. In fact, if you don't like him, build your own platform and move forward. But you know what they do? They build a platform talking about him. They don't build a platform to uplift you. They build a platform to take him down. This is what they do. And y'all falling for it for years. But then if you look at side channel, you can see he has economic programs up there, religious doctrine and dogma and debates for you to kind of make discernment about which one is for you. You don't got to pick either side. You can like things from either one of the two sides. You have the freedom to do so. Some people are not into it. Good, but that's not the only thing he does on this channel. He does politics. He does economics. He does religion. He does a whole bunch of things. But guess what people do? They complain. They complain about the one thing they don't like, but they don't see the diversity of material he gives for absolutely free. Salute to the brother Sinetta, to the House of Consciousness. So yeah, I have my mentorship program, and the reason why I did the mentorship program, because I felt it sufficed to start teaching people individually, because sometimes the lecture halls feel like overcrowded classrooms. We complain about classrooms being overcrowded. Well, you know what? My lecture halls are becoming overcrowded because I'm pulling now 1,000 people at a time whenever I come out to teach. And that's dope. The energy amongst all those people focusing on the same idea at the same time is very powerful. But then at the end of the day, we also have to make sure that we can individually teach people, because even when people go to school, they need a tutor, they need a mentor, they need a guidance counselor. You box, you need a trainer. You play ball, you need a coach. Well, when it comes to wealth building stratagems that we can employ, who do we have in our corner? Absolutely nobody. You go to school from pre-K to 12th grade, that's 14 years of school, and they didn't teach you nothing about credit nor real estate in the 14 years that you've been going to school. And they said if you want some kind of real information, now you're going to have to go into debt. You're going to have to owe us $20,000. You're going to have to owe us $40,000 in the name of student loan, and you cannot get a refund for the student loan. You can't get a refund for student loan. So Bank of America, Wells Fargo, you know they steal millions of dollars at a time from one year to the next. Every year they get caught. You could go online right now and see how many fake accounts they created, stealing money from people with real accounts. You could do this. Our people still go online and set up accounts with them. I show you One United Bank, the black bank. And people, I don't know, you know, will they give me this? Will they give it? The other bank's been stealing from you. And they got a record of it, of them doing it. It's on the news, it's online. They've stolen from more people than any one of us could ever do in our community. But members of our community will disdain me, but still go online and open up an account or maintain having an account with Wells Fargo, maintain having an account with Bank of America, but then they will question their own people. And they've been stealing from people by the millions for years. But you ain't mad at them, and you ain't trying to shut them down, and you ain't doing no videos on them either. And they ain't going to educate you about the programs or processes. They are going to teach you how to be manipulated when you go to them for advice. That's a fact. It's a fact. Now tell me that ain't slavery. Are people rape, rob, and pillage you, destroy your libraries, and the only thing that you can conceive of doing is sending your children to their public school system to be taught by the same people that oppress you, but you mad at me. You mad at me. But you can send your children, your posterity, to the progeny of those who have enslaved you and stolen your language. You think a people in position of power is going to fairly educate your people to get in position of power? Do you think that? Do you think a people in position and power will fairly educate the people that they spent so many years to set back? You think they're going to turn around and say, well, let's empower the children? You think the children that benefited from slavery, that's in power, is going to create a system that's going to empower the children that were disempowered or taken or stripped from a thorough knowledge of self? You think that they are going to be empowered? You think the benefactors of slavery are going to say, let's even the playing field and let's give the other children an opportunity to compete with our children? No. They inherited our wealth. They're not going to just dispose of it like that. The name of the game was to empower a people. After they rape, rob, and pillage and strip us of a thorough knowledge of self, you think they're just going to turn around and give it back to you? You're going to have to take it back with force. And force don't necessarily mean violence, but you got to violently approach being educated. Like your life depends on it, because it does. Your life depends on knowledge. Let them fools out there teach you about just going to war and fighting. And yo, you got to get the knowledge first. It's your greatest asset. Y'all want to go to war, but you don't want to study warfare. Warfare is when you got people doing things subconsciously, working to their disadvantage without them knowing, because you control their education, and you control their drugs, and you control their food. So they're going to behave the way you want them to behave. So even when they try to react, those of us that are brilliant amongst the masses that have been oppressed, we will be attacked by those who are also being oppressed, because that's the triggers that is set off when you're eating the bad food, when you're taking this horrible medicine, when you're being educated by an oppressive system. Guess what? When some of us wake up, the rest of us will tear us down, because that's the meat talking, that's the disease talking, that's the miseducation talking. Y'all got to see the system for what it is. A lot of our people so deeply entrenched in this system, they will turn on you. Don't forget the religion either. The slave master's religion, his education, his food, and his medicine has us as zombies that turn against any one of us that wake up. Freddy Krueger was the man. You got to see the hidden message in Freddy Krueger. He was actually the man. Why was Freddy Krueger the man? I'm fucking Freddy Krueger. They make me out to be the devil. I'm down. I got my claws going right against the bars. Just like this. You know why? Because Freddy Krueger's job was to make sure motherfucker was afraid to sleep. His job was to make sure you stay woke. So I'm the fucking Freddy Krueger of the conscious community. I'm gonna keep your ass awake. I'm gonna keep you awake. That's my job in this community. My job is to keep you awake. If I catch your ass sleeping, you're gonna get killed with this knowledge. You know, I'm bodying people with the knowledge to keep them woke. And you gotta hit them so hard with the knowledge, sometimes they be mad at you. Sometimes they be upset with you. But Freddy Krueger's job was to make sure that people were afraid to go to sleep. I will be the Freddy Krueger of the conscious community. I just drive a better car. I just drive a better car, but I will be Freddy. That's right. I will be the one whose job is to scare you from going to sleep. You catch yourself sleeping, you jump. Oh shit, I almost fell asleep. Because that's what they're taking advantage of. They're taking advantage of the people that are asleep. That's what they're taking advantage of. And then I go out my way to make sure I take the right type of herb so I can sleep every other day, and people think I'm crazy. Nah, you're gonna get hurt. No, you get hurt more going to sleep during these times. You gotta stay awake when they sleep. You gotta stay awake when they awake. It's the only way we're gonna get ahead. You gotta take time out to study all that they haven't been teaching you. Again, from pre-K to 12th grade, it's 14 years from pre-K to 12th grade. How they not gonna teach you anything about credit? I don't give a damn if you don't like me. I don't care if you don't like my Islamic rants, Christian rants, Judaism rants. There's things that you can take from me, like you could take from anybody else that can empower you. You ain't never going to tell me you can't take something from me to take you to the next level. That would be a complete lie. That would mean that you are so ethnocentric or so engulfed or entrenched in your religious dogma that there's a veil over your eyes that even when the truth comes before you, you suffer from cognitive dissonance. And cognitive dissonance is when a person is presented truths that they know beyond a shadow of a doubt under normal circumstances they would adhere to. But because they can't conceive how they can be wrong, because they're overwhelmed by their ego, they will still postulate to themselves that that which is wrong still must be right, because after all, they are the bearers of that purported truth. And so they go on with the lie, even though it's been proven to them that's a lie. That's called cognitive dissonance in psychology. And a lot of us are suffering from cognitive dissonance. A lot of us are suffering from cognitive dissonance. 1, 2, Polight is coming for you. I'm about to get the black girls jumping the rope and let them know I'm the Kruger of the conscious community. I'm gonna keep your ass woke. I'm gonna make you afraid to sleep. Every time I succeed, I make more people afraid to sleep, because they say to themselves, man, if that brother's successful, I gotta catch up. I gotta start reading these books. I gotta start studying. That's what they say. That's what they say. They say, man, I can't get caught sleeping. Only the people being caught sleeping is the one that's hurting. So this brings us back to people being afraid of success. Again, if you're interested in the mentorship program, and it does cost, and my consultation by the hour does cost some $200 an hour, or $300 in person by the hour. I'm out here in Miami. If you're interested in getting up, we can do it. It's not a problem. I'm here. I'll find the time. I'll find the time. I mean, I'm out here on business, but always making my duty to connect with the people, especially them supporters. With over 250,000 people signed up on the Brother Polight app, with over 150,000 people on the Facebook, and weighing in at 95.5 thousand on Instagram. I can't come into a town and not make myself available to the people that's showing me love and support. Let's make it happen. Yes, I'm in Miami. I'm in South Beach right now. I'm in South Beach. Will I travel to Florida? I'm in Florida. I'm in South Beach, Miami right now. Don't you see them palm trees over there? Damn, you might not be able to see it, but that's the beach down the block. I just walk down the block, I'm at the beach. It's part of where I'm staying too. Dope. Super dope. Super dope. But you know, I'm just going hard. Yeah, I'm definitely in DC in September. Y'all know that. Yo, it's some wild weather though. It be raining off and on. I feel like I'm in the Caribbean for real. It be raining for like 10-15 minutes and then it disappears, and then you can't even tell it was raining. It was raining not too long ago. It was raining literally like 30 minutes ago. 30-40 minutes ago it was raining, and now you can't even see a drop of water. And it happens throughout the day. Every single day. And it's crazy humid right now. This is not like Cali weather where there's moisture in the air and it's not raining for almost a whole year. Almost a whole year when you're in Southern California, it don't rain. And there's still moisture in the air. This is a whole different phenomenon. I didn't even come dressed right. This is that weather that make you like, yo, I gotta shower 2-3 times because of the humidity. You'd be 85 degrees and that joint be feeling like 100. Woo! Let's get it though. Let's get it though. brotherpolight45@gmail.com. Brother POLIGHT45@gmail.com. Brother POLIGHT45. Brother, pride, optimism, love, integrity, gallant, honesty, and trust. 45@gmail.com. If you're interested in the mentorship program, it does cost, but we will guarantee you'll be able to get off the clock. Always leave your phone number when you send me an email. Always leave your name and your phone number. You can write a little something small and special, but leave your phone number, because all you're going to do is get an email saying, please leave your phone number. Yeah, I'll be back to Cali. Those of y'all be supporting the club on Thursdays, man, still go through. My people going to be in the building. I just had to travel. This is the first Thursday I'm missing since we opened up that club. I'm on it. Thank you for all the people that's supporting. You know, people, oh, you conscious, why you set up a club? So conscious people have a medium. But I heard you sell liquor in there because some of these conscious people drink. So let them drink under my terms and conditions. I play more conscious music than anyone in any club. I guarantee you that. I got more conscious people coming to my club. So at least if they meet each other in the club environment, at least it's people from lectures meeting each other in the club environment. You gotta do what you gotta do. So what I drive and what I wear, I'm just catering to the world of the deaf, dumb, and blind. And if you ain't deaf, dumb, and blind, if you ain't part of the 85ers, then congratulations. You should be able to see what I'm doing. I'm going to touch them in places where we should be able to reach our people, and I'm going to touch them in not so familiar places for conscious people. That's my job. I got to come in disguise like Freddy Krueger does in the dreams to wake your ass up. And I'm going to tell you, some people going to wake up and some people just going to get killed by the knowledge. This knowledge will tear them apart. It hurts them when they hear this knowledge, because now they got to get rid of the food they eat. Or they got to separate themselves from the people that's no good for them. And that's why success is so scary. People are afraid of success because of the requisite steps that you have to take in order to be successful. What do you have to do to be successful? You got to cut friends off. To be successful, you got to cut family off. That's scary. In order for me to be successful, I have to stop being around the people that I'm accustomed to being around. In order for me to be successful, I have to stop eating the things I used to eat so I can be a more perfect form of myself, to be a more perfect version of myself. So in order for me to be successful, I got to relinquish the poisonous foods if I want to perform at the highest level. I got to separate myself from people that's not too good for me in order to perform at the highest level. I got to separate myself from going to environments that is not conducive or in conformity of the type of energies that take certain precedence over successful people's lives. So that means I have to change my habits, change the persons, the places, and the things that I was accustomed to being around when I was failing. So I no longer am in the circles or in the places or consuming the same things that I used to when I was failing. Because that is that which precipitates failure. When a boxer has to start training for his bout, he cuts off contact. The best boxers cut off contact from a lot of friends and a lot of family. They won't even see their children, they won't even see their wives, maybe once, maybe twice during camp. Because their job ultimately is to become the best version of themselves. And they don't need nothing that can make them weak or defer their attention away from the goal at hand. So a true boxer, a true warrior, when they start training, they cut themselves off. They restrict themselves from the club. They restrict themselves from the poisons. They restrict themselves from friends and family that are not part of the same genre. Unless you are my trainer and you happen to be related to me, then you will not be around me. So this is what you have to do when it comes to taking your life into your own hands. And this is why people are afraid of success. People are afraid of success because of the action that you have to take in order to become successful, which is cut off your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, your best friends, your homies. Stop the drinking, stop the smoking, stop eating those foods that's not water soluble. You have to really train yourself. Otherwise, you're going to be trying to read books. Part of my language, trying. Otherwise, you're going to be reading books and you're going to grow fatigued with every page, with every word that you read after the last. You're going to get tired because you're not built for that life. And this is called mental calisthenics. You got physical calisthenics, which they should call it physical calisthenics, because when you exercise in your mind, that's mental calisthenics. So you got to do mental pull-ups, mental push-ups, okay? You have to do mental applications of exercise for the muscles to grow. And that will not be accomplished following the same old habits that you used to practice. Hope you understand what I'm saying. It will not be accomplished following the same old practices and the same old habits. This is why people are afraid of success. You know how much people feel let down by me because I stopped being around them? They ain't understand it. But watch this. When you separate yourself from people and then you see your life take off, then you got to question the people you was around and the places you were around. And then people come up with all this silly stuff. Yeah, he compromised. Yeah, they gave him money to change. No. I decided to make change in my life and then I made money. No one gave me money to change. No one gave me money to change. I changed and then the money came. I changed my environment. I changed the people I was around. I started going to different places, seeing different things and studying different knowledge and different material. Because the knowledge that I was studying made me feel good as a person, but it did nothing for my real life. The knowledge that I learned, it empowered me to have the confidence. So it was a prerequisite step to where I'm at. I needed knowledge of self and kind. I needed to have knowledge of Pan-Africanism, of black nationalism. I needed that to instill certain principles in me so I don't get lost in the mire of the conviction of growing wealth, no matter where I may amass it. So yes, it's prerequisite. Get your history. Get your knowledge of self. Get your sense of black empowerment. But after you do that, don't grow content with nothing. After you have the pride and the conviction, that you should have as an African of the diaspora. You need to go out there. You need to go out there and do something with yourself, because the worst thing that could ever happen is your friends and family looking at you and saying, man, well, this brother is conscious, this brother buys all these DVDs, this brother or sister gets all these books, this sister is keeping up with all these people talking all these wonderful things as it relates to information, and then they can't translate it into success. So what you're saying is, we don't need that black power shit. That's what people gonna wind up saying. You got a responsibility as a conscious brother and as a conscious sister to become materially successful, so people don't devalue the knowledge of self. You don't want people to devalue how in expedient fashion we should study about our history. We should get into the historicity of the different religions in retrospect to who and what we were prior to them being introduced to us. And the main reason you should study anything pertaining to your history is so you can have the conviction that not only was you once great, but you are that which makes up the composition for greatness genetically, so you can arrive at that same space today. That's the only reason. The only reason you should study history is so you can be aware that you are made up of the same composition to precipitate the same type of success. So if you formerly was known as a king or a queen in your DNA, then damn it, you can be that today. That's the only reason. Just a reminder of who you are. That's where respect come in. Re is to do again. Spect is to see, like spectacle. The respect comes in, not once, but the second time you're confronted with the same information, because now you know it's true and there's no coincidence. So I respect my ancestors because they exist and I exist. That's where the respect come in. They exist. I confirm they exist. I see the similarity in myself. I have the same wants and the desires to be great. There goes the respect. There goes the respect. So a massive wealth is worth more than just the mechanics of knowing how the stock market works, knowing the mechanics of tax equalization ratios and amelioration and restitution of different properties. It's worth more than knowing what administrative affidavit of specific negative avertment and opportunity to cure and counterclaim and amorality is. It's worth more than knowing the significance of a QSIP or Committee on Uniform Securities Identification Procedure. It's worth more than knowing all that information. We take all that information into account. But it is the combination of both. It's the self-pride that you have, knowing your history, coupled with the motivation that you should get from the adversity of being subject to poverty or not having enough wealth. Not having enough wealth to be a master of your own destiny. Because if you work in a job, you're working from 9 to 5, and that's about 8 hours, and it takes about an hour to go to work and an hour to come back, so that's about 10 hours. You're going to sleep at least 6 hours on average. That's 16 hours. 2/3 of your life is already being contributed to someone else's dream. 2/3 of your life. And when you wake up in the morning, you're only waking up and washing up and putting on your clothes to build someone else's dream. And when you go to bed, you're only getting enough rest so you can get up to go to work in the morning. So damn it, you're going to sleep and you're waking up and you're washing your ass only for the purposes of producing or contributing to someone else's dream. So over 16 hours of your life, more than 2/3 of your life is being donated into someone else's dream who doesn't share in the same conviction of the glory and liberation of your people. You have to get off that clock. If you're on the clock for someone who contributes to the glory and the liberation of our people, then that's a different story. But if you're on someone else's clock and potentially sending their children to school, you need to get out of that situation. You need to get out of that situation. No ifs, ands, or buts. You can't call yourself black conscious and not be an entrepreneur. You can't call yourself black conscious unless you're working for somebody who is contributing to the same goals for our livelihood as a species. I don't want to hear it. I don't care how much a person professes to love black people and talk that talk, motivate you and inspire you to hate other people. But at the same rate, they don't take the time out to make you take the necessary steps to become an entrepreneur, thereby becoming a master of your own destiny. What good is it if you keep paying for my lectures to hear me speak? What good is it if you keep paying for my lectures to hear me speak and to buy my DVDs? If you still on the clock and I'm off the clock because I'm thriving off of you teaching you this information. That's some sucker shit. See, I have to bring it back down to the hood. In case I'm losing people, that's some sucker shit. I'm gonna teach you all this white man this, F the white man, but I ain't gonna create an opportunity for you to get off his clock. You know, we hustling backwards. We don't create the technology, we're gonna have to at least purchase it from them. And we ain't got the money to purchase the technology to defend ourselves, then we really assed out. We don't have the money nor the technology. What fight are they really talking about? They should be in there talking to you about funding. They should be in there talking to you about community endowment funds. They should be in there talking to you about how to amass wealth on the side, part-time income, or overall outright entrepreneurism. That's what they should be talking to you about if they truly are concerned. And this is why I came up with the mentorship program, so I can establish an intellectual and successful collective, so I can impart wisdom to people personally and individually. Since I motivate people, since I inspire people, I'm taking the time out to talk to people one-on-one, one-on-one, one-on-one. I'm going around, I'm talking to people one-on-one, 12 times out the month, 3 times out the week, 30 minutes at a time. Because a trainer is to the boxer. The boxer needs a trainer, the ball player needs a coach. The student needs a tutor because the class is overcrowded. The person suffering from alcoholism has a counselor. The person with anger management issues has a psychologist. The person overwhelmed mentally by society, they may have a psychologist. Everybody has somebody, but when it comes to this wealth, the black community has nobody. We damn sure know how to get a job though, and even that is hard. But we learn to get a job, because if no one teaches you how to control your own destiny, then by default they teach you how to be part of someone else's. It's a fact. It's a fact. So yes, the mentorship costs, but depending on which mentorship program you buy into, I will either show you 3 additional streams of income, 6 additional streams of income, or 9 additional streams of income. You could take the time out, invest in learning how to make monies that doesn't demand that you expend the same amount of energy that you do for one job building someone else's life. I'll show you how to work off your phone throughout the damn day. But I'm not going to be abused and you're going to have me doing everything for free. If I'm talking to you 12 times a month, 3 times a week, 30 minutes at a time, spilling this wisdom out to you, I'm not the type of person to feel like I got to compete with the people that I'm teaching, where I got to feel so insecure that if I teach you the information, I feel like the 9 billion people on the planet or the 6 billion people on the planet, they all going to find you. No, it's about being creative. It's about marketing. And a big part of success is energy. It is energy. And that's why the money's called currency, because it is electricity. And that's why you get charged for a crime, okay? Because batteries get charged. And in fact, you can get locked up for assault and battery. And they put you in a cell, like Duracell, in a prison. And the prison is where you capture light bodies and lock it in. But this prison is called the prison. And they put you in a cell, and you're probably locked up for battery after the charges that they gave you. So it's all about our energy, instilling our energy. It's all about energy. Not just do this from the top of the dome, because I'll be lit, I'll be excited, my spirit be filled with just the truth. I'll be so happy about truth, I just be up. This truth is my caffeine. You feel me? Truth is the caffeine to the person that no longer uses drugs. That's what it is. Truth is the caffeine for the conscious. If I need to stay awake, if I need a high, all I gotta do is read something true that has to do with my elevation. That's all I need. Thank you, family. Terrence Smith said, I ain't gonna lie, you got that fire. That's what I do. It's real. If it wasn't real, you can't fake it for this long. Come on, you might hear a jewel or two, but you can't fake one for so long. Either this information is in you or it's not. It's either in you or it's not. Yeah. Hold on real quick, family. What's up? Nah, probably my phone. Probably my phone in the charger. You ready? I'll check it. I'll check it right now. Don't worry about it. I'll check it. Yeah. My daughter keep calling me. I can't talk to her on the line. Nah, ain't nobody at the door. Oh, okay. We both just checked. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, one time I was on live and I was talking to Foxy Brown, and my goodness, everyone can hear our conversation. I was like, never again. So even though the broadcast stopped, the audio kept going. I ain't know that. And here we go again with this magical every 20-minute rain I was talking about. It's raining again out here. God damn. Always raining out here. With the sun. It is raining. It is actually raining again. It won't stop raining out here, man. I don't know if I could do this Miami business, man. Because I'm the guy, I like to have some nice clothes on. But I got to be prepared to have the type of clothes that I don't mind being wet periodically throughout the day. Because you run in the house, you try to change your clothes to get into some wet clothes. You're going to come back outside and it's going to be hot. Hot as can be. You're going to go back inside, you're going to change your clothes to some really nice clothes. And it's going to rain on your ass again. This Miami joy is crazy. It is raining again. Like, come on, man. All this sun and it's still raining. But it's clouds over there. There's no clouds there every day. It's raining every damn day. It's raining every day 6 or 7 times a day. It's sunny every day 6 or 7 times in the same day. Damn, Miami, what's up? How y'all do this in Miami, man? What is the... Y'all gotta have a special type of clothes. Okay, well, I'm here. Florida weather, boy. It was like this in Orlando, but not as intense, man. Miami is like I'm in the Caribbean. This joint feel like I'm in the Caribbean right here. Damn, look at that big boat, man. I wonder if I can show y'all that boat. Hold on, let me see. See if I can show y'all that boat. I can see it from afar. Damn, this might be too blurry. You might see that boat is out there. Oh, that's a damn tree. Oh, there you go. See that boat all the way in the sea. Yeah, I'm gonna take a walk with y'all to that beach later. I'm out here. I'm gonna be doing a lot of meditation, reading, and coherent heart breathing on the beach. I don't play games. That's the part of this wealth building stratagem that people don't realize. A big part of my success is what I put into myself spiritually. But again, people think I'm just BSing them. Well, you see in my mentorship program, I just throw the information out like, listen, don't undermine the metaphysics of what I'm telling you. Please don't. You need it just as much as you need the step-by-step action to set up this type of account and that type of process, and to download this app and to study the algorithm of this market and that market. Don't undermine the metaphysics, people. Those of you that get into the mentorship program, please take the time out to eat the things I tell you to eat. I'm not looking to change your whole diet unless you give me authority. Then I'll put in some work. But you know, I just want to be able to put you in a better position to process and assimilate this data, so you don't fall asleep on the things that you have to study. I'll be giving you books that you have to read, sending you emails on what you got to study, walking you through the process. But I truly feel that you have to have the metaphysics coupled with the economic information. That's what we call in our culture, in New Covenant, we call it Kuwina Akwunu. We call it spiritual economics. Yeah, you just got to email me, brotherpolight45@gmail.com. I'm telling you, I'm living my dream right now. When you live in your dream, then you finally been espoused to reality. I hope you understand what I'm saying. You know nothing about reality until you start living your dream. Probably got to close out on that note. You know nothing about reality until you start living your dream. Wow. How about that one? These jewels come every time we start building. Just having fun with it though. brotherpolight45@gmail.com. I'm content. And people be telling me, when that white man take your money and he take your house and them women leave you, what you gonna do? And I say, I'm gonna smile because I've lived it. I've experienced it. I ain't expecting this thing to last forever. I'm in it for the ride. I've enjoyed my time and my stay on planet Earth. Why not? I'm from a race of people that's been cheated from the time we've been born. If I ever tasted a cup of success, it was a miracle in the first place. Who are you talking to? We had the race among 777,777,777 sperm. And I was the lucky one to make it. And even when I got to my projected point with that flagella on me, and that zygote becomes that fetus, and a membrane has to be surrounded by it because the mother's body sees the sperm as a foreign invader and is trying to kill it. So her body has to protect herself from, or protect the new entity from herself. And sometimes that woman still has postpartum. She still want to attack her child even after the child's born, because the subconscious element of her wanting to destroy the foreign invader, that's a whole nother conversation. The reality is the fact that I was born, the fact that you was born, is a miracle. All of us are miracle children. And if you couple it with the fact that we are black and we are here in America, or we are here in the UK, or you are over there in the Caribbean, or you are there in Africa, with the worldwide oppression of melanated people, the fact that you even managed to live with all the drugs that they have pumped into our community, and all the miseducation that they have given our people, and with all the racial animus projected in the media for us to want to hate ourselves in kind. It is a miracle that you've made it to the point of this live stream to even get the motivation that you need right now to go another day. You are a miracle, baby. So don't tell me you can't succeed, because you already succeeded. You're already part of success, because the suffix on succession is ION, which is a condition, which means it's not something that happens spontaneously or immediately or at one moment, but it is an order of events. So for someone to be someone's successor, someone had to come before them for them to succeed. It's a fact. Just telling you what it is. Just telling you what it is. Yeah, what's up, man? You need me? Hold on, y'all. Hold on, family. We almost done. Stay in tune with me. Stay in tune with me. Don't leave, it's getting good. Don't leave while it's getting good. Hold tight. Yes, family. Yes. I'm back. I'm sorry for the wait, but I'm gonna tell you this. The fact that you are alive takes certain precedence in my heart, because then we know you all are successful. And shout out to my man Supernova, because he knows what I'm talking about, because he speaks with a similar spirit and a similar conviction where we cannot be taken down. And as I told y'all, we know no oppression if we are motivated. A motivated person knows no oppression. I don't have an oppressor because I'm motivated. What is an oppressive force to the motivator? All it is I'm a sun. I'm a solar deity. That's what it is. What it means. And I actually got a double solar density, truth be told, because I'm born on August 10th, and one is ruled by the sun. And Leo is the constellation over that time of the month. And Leo corresponds with the sun. So I got a double solar density. But what is it about being a solar deity or taking on a solar disposition? Let me explain to you. The sun takes in 554 million tons of hydrogen that makes a transition to 550 million tons of helium. The other 4 million tons get hurled off into space according to the electromagnetic pull of the sun, cools off, becomes a celestial body in an elliptical orbit that eventually becomes some kind of planet or other form of body in space. But what does this tell us? That the sun is responsible for creating everything outside of itself through a process of 554 million tons of hydrogen transition to 550 million tons of helium, and the other 4 million tons being hurled off into space in the form of electrical storms. This process to produce light and create bodies outside of itself in chemistry is called chaos. So you cannot destroy the sun with chaos. It is exactly the element that it uses to produce entities outside of itself that has entities within itself, while at the same breath controlling light and the pull of everything around it. So you have to be like the sun, whereby if someone introduces chaos to your life, it helps you produce more light. The more adversity you're confronted with, the more light you shall produce. That's the analogy. You have to learn to be proactive, not reactive. So if I shake up a bottle of soda, the soda is reactionary. When you open up the soda, it fizzes out, and when you put the top back on it, it's less of itself than it was prior to the shake. But if you shake up a bottle of water, it identifies with the shake, doesn't it? You see the bubbles in the water, don't you? But when you take that top off the water bottle, the same amount of water stays in the bottle. It doesn't become less than itself, does it? Because water is proactive to the shake, but soda is reactionary. Right or wrong? You got to learn to be proactive, and you got to learn how to take adversity in the form of poverty, in the form of purported forms of oppression, in the form of hatred. You got to learn how not to be consumed by it or convinced by it, because a lot of you are convinced by poverty. A lot of you are convinced by oppression or oppressive forces. A lot of you are convinced by it. You've bought into the idea, and like I told you, doubt is disrespect to your God, it's disrespect to your ancestors, and it's a contradiction to the universe. Because if there is ma'at, law, order, and balancement, then surely there is isfet, and isfet is chaos, and chaos is a part of that same order. Chaos is a part of order, because if we didn't have that which was so-called bad, we wouldn't be able to realize how unbecoming it is in order for us to be motivated or establish the impetus to do good. This is a fact. This is a fact. So the moral of the story is, a lot of us are scared of success because of the steps and the action that we have to take. You're scared of success because in order to be successful, you got to cut friends off. You got to cut family off. You got to change the environment you in. You can't hang out where you used to hang out. Watch any boxer. When it's time for him to beat somebody's ass, he cuts his friends, his family off. He stops drinking, he stops smoking, he stops doing everything because he's focused. You got to be the same way when it comes to getting out of poverty. You got to be the same way to become a master of your own destiny. And I don't care if you're making a lot of money. We got to check your income to expenses ratio, because you might have as much money left over as the person who lives in the hood. By the time we looked at how you upgrade your house and you upgrade your car, you might have the same amount of money left to do investing. And we know that wealth begins at $150,000 a year, and those are the true 5%ers, because only 5% of Americans actually have enough wealth that they amass to be able to invest 1/3 of your income. And 1/3 of the income being invested is the criteria for being able to actually make investments, is the criteria for you to actually be able to make investments and amass more wealth. So you're supposed to be able to have at least $50K to invest, because wealth begins at $150,000 a year, and you're supposed to be able to invest 1/3 of your money, whereby we know the poverty line is at $32,000 a year for a family of 4 and $15,000 a year for an individual. And so it's over $100,000 of gray area that I call it all poverty until I get to the $150,000 line. And even when you get to $150,000 a year, we have to look at your income and expenses ratio, because you might live in a beautiful home and have a beautiful car for what it's worth, but you may not have enough money left over, because every time you make more money, you upgrade. So you too may need the mentorship. Yes, it costs. But when I'm done with you, you're going to be next level, because I approach building wealth from an economic and a metaphysical state. Now, if you didn't find no jewels within the confines of this stream, you need the Freddy Krueger of consciousness here. And if you did find it, you've been confronted by the Freddy Krueger of consciousness. You've been confronted by the Freddy Krueger of consciousness. Because my job is to make sure you stay awake. My job is to make you afraid to go to sleep. And what I need the people to do, if you are so fixated, if you are so obsessed, if you are so overwhelmed by me, continuing to do me, then please do you. Because I've never clicked on to a person who has something negative to say about me to see that they was doing something equal to me or even greater than me. To even see that they had a consistent relationship for years that the community could keep up with, to make sure that you are not being an animal or a demon to your family members. We are never being able to hold you accountable, so when you walk around the place, we can say, hold on, that's not his wife. What is he doing with her? We haven't seen it yet. As far as myself is concerned, I've been with my wife for 19 years, and I've been no stranger to show everybody, my first wife, my second wife, my third wife, my fourth wife, or anybody who's being courted. I've never been a stranger. And as I grow, and as I move to a new home, or I travel, I show you this day to day, because you cannot fake wealth. And no matter how much speculations, conspiracy theories, and the likes people may try to contribute to my world, one thing is for sure: I grow and I graduate from one level of consciousness to the next, year by year, because I will not let you down. Because we have a responsibility that if we're conscious, we also have a responsibility to be successful, because we don't want people making synonymous with consciousness poverty. So again, and those of you that ask, how did you attain your wealth? Question: how can you attain your wealth? And join the mentorship program. That's it. Check me out on Hollywood Unlocked. There's some real good videos up there. I got a part 1 and a part 2 there. Very dope, about family, about polygyny, politics, economics. It's a lot of real good information. Shout out to Floyd Mayweather, my brother Jason Lee, who had me on Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored. Of course, the Money Team is one of the sponsors of that very powerful show, as you'll see the TMT on the microphone. Thank you for having me and sharing that information on that platform. Make sure y'all go over there and check me out on Hollywood Unlocked on YouTube. You can get a good look at it. Hollywood Unlocked on YouTube. Melissa Ford, the amazing, the beautiful, the gorgeous, the voluptuous Melissa Ford, who's also there, is one of the hosts. She's a hostess. Thank you for posting interviews, segments of that interview on your Instagram page, and also just on the platform in general. Thank you all, man. I appreciate the love and support, and to be able to be on very high profile platforms that get millions of following, to share this knowledge and helping me popularize consciousness. That's what I'm doing, popularizing consciousness. Let's make being able to read and write and think the most attractive thing in the world, so we can produce babies under better pretense. Well, I'm live here in Miami. Next time you see me, I might be on the beach or in the cabana somewhere, making it happen. I love y'all. Yes, I'm growing darker by the day. I was ready a dark man, but I know people tell me you're getting darker and darker. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. I love you. I'm signing off. Go to brotherpolight45@gmail.com if you're interested in the mentorship. And again, be sure to leave your phone number and your name. Don't write everything and then leave no number and no name. Thanks a lot. And